I have been in the office every single day. That was twofold really. One, I found it so much easier to be able to work from the office instead of being at home. I found it much easier to get that distance between work and home life, and really having that separation was very important to me. Also importantly, at the beginning of April we actually took on 2 new employees. These were hires that had been planned months in advance, obviously without knowing that what's happened in the last 4 months was going to happen. So it was really important actually that we created a team ethic from day one. It's been very difficult for 2 new people to start in a new business remotely. I know there are lots of tools out there, whether it's Teams or Zoom or any of these others, but it's so important to build that team ethic. So actually we got the office ready very quickly. We got all the dividers in place, and we've been working together. And actually, I couldn't be more proud of the new guys, new employees. They've done a fantastic job. They've settled in really well, worked really hard, and yeah, it's been a normal 8:30 till 6:30 day, Monday to Friday. And actually, we saw it as an opportunity to really push on and just strengthen and deepen the foundations of the business, so that as people do start to return to work, which is now starting to happen, we're in a fantastic position to capitalize on that. But I think, like so many people, what the last 3 months or so has meant is it's given us that gift of, to be honest, realizing just how important balance between family and work life is, and how important family and also friends, of course, and work life is in maintaining a proper ratio between those parts of your life. So that's something that I definitely, on reflection, having had this opportunity, had to perhaps relearn. I think when you get caught up in the rat race of continuously in the office, you have breakfast meetings, lunch meetings, dinner meetings, you go out for drinks, and it seems that everything revolves around that, and it really shouldn't. And I think that's definitely something that has helped me massively over the last 4 months. I mean, it's a terrible situation, of course it is, but in terms of trying to take the positives, definitely that's what I've learned and honed over the last 4 months, to really focus, and once work is done for the day, other than some emails that sometimes you can't leave, you have that break and you focus on family time. I think in situations like this, where you get huge dislocations, there are always going to be areas where people can be criticised. There have been certain underwriters, for example, that have been criticised in not paying out on business interruption policies, because in their reading of the wordings within the policies, the coronavirus didn't apply. So I think what's going to happen as a result of that, 2 things. Firstly, there needs to be perhaps a strengthening or maybe even restoration of confidence in the insurance market, because a lot of people will say, well, we bought this business interruption insurance and we find it incredulous that it doesn't actually bite in this particular situation. And perhaps it's a question of not only gaining back a little bit of trust, but gaining back a bit of understanding, explanation with clients. And I think that's really what brokers are here for. And if, far be it from me to criticise others within the industry, and there are some fantastic brokers and underwriters out there, but I think more time needs to be taken to ensure that a client really understands what their policy is all about, and what it's going to protect them from in particular situations. The next part, I think, is going to be with the reduction in business, the number of people are going to be made redundant, the number of businesses that are going to fold, is going to be a hardening in the market. And I think what we really need to be careful of, if that does happen, is that we maintain our openness to business. And what I mean by that is, The new businesses that are starting now are going to be the ones that in 5, 10 years, 10, 15 years time that are going to be, the real employers, the ones who are going to be attracting the large numbers of youth to be employed today. And they're the future. And so we need to make sure that we have the right solutions for them in the insurance market to ensure that they are protected in the same way the established markets already are. We've seen so many different types of businesses come through, particularly in the last 10 years in the tech industry, that we need to maintain that flexibility. So I think really those are the two areas that we're going to see some change in the short to medium term. Restoration and confidence, and I think if there is going to be a hardening, we need to try and maintain as much flexibility as possible.